Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to this video today. So today, before we jump into anything, I just want to say thank you so much. We literally just hit 4,000 subscribers a few days ago. So if you are new here and you're not subscribed, make sure you join the family. I upload 100% free business content very, very regularly for you all. So, you know, no strings attached, 100% free. If you want to join the family, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on an upload because, yeah, the stuff I'm going to be teaching you here is absolutely insane, and especially with this video, you know, I've read a ton of books, I've done a ton of courses, and last week something was shared to me that I've never thought of before, and it's massively blown my mind, and that's what this video is today. And it's actually something I learned about from Jeff Bezos. I actually learned it from Sam Ovens, who learned it from Jeff Bezos, and I knew I had to share it to you. I'm probably going to butcher exactly the way that Bezos teaches it, but I'm gonna make my little twist on it for you guys just because of how mind-blowingly insane this is, right? And basically it's to do with long-term rather than short-term goals and long-term thinking, right? Because I know a lot of you guys right now, you want money now, right? And you want all this success right now. And to be honest with you, that's a good trait to have because, you know, if you want it now, you know, you're driven and you're motivated, that's absolutely fantastic, okay? The only problem with that is sometimes it can lead you to make decisions which are better for the short term, but not necessarily the long term. So one thing that Jeff Bezos is really massive on, and something he really pushes at Amazon, is customer service. And for him, being fantastic to the customer in the short term and maybe, you know, refunding certain things and giving the customers the 100% the best value in the short term means that long term it's going to be way better for him because they may stay a customer for life, but in 2 years from now they may buy something from you again, and they may recommend 3 friends who also buy something, right? So Jeff Bezos is a massive long-term thinker, and what I want to speak to you about today is his actual formula for it, and it's mindset, right? It's 100% mindset, and I want you guys to start thinking like this because I'm telling you now, I've started thinking about this recently over the past few weeks, and it's changed everything. And basically that is to do with long-term thinking and long-term goals, but more so than that, in terms of consequences, right? So what most people do is, and myself included, is you think of something in terms of, okay, so I do something and then the consequence of that will be this. So for example, I'm going to pick up the phone today and cold call 100 businesses, because if I cold call 100 businesses, the chances are I might convert 1% or 2% or 3% into meetings, and then I might convert one of those 3 meetings into a client, right? That's logical sense. You think the consequence of you making 100 cold calls and them going well is that you land around 1 or 2 clients, right? That's logical thinking in regards to the consequence of one thing happening after doing that action. Another thing could be, let's say you upload a YouTube video. Most people might think, right, I'm uploading this YouTube video today, and I might try and rank it for a few keywords, put a few thousand views on it, and then that might lead to, you know, an extra 50 subscribers today. That might help blow my channel up. That's what a lot of people think. They think the action of uploading may lead to a viral video, or it may lead to more people finding them. What you need to start doing is think about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th, 100th consequence that happens in the line of those things. Now this is going to get really deep, but I want to think of it like this. So rather than looking at maybe the cold calling situation, so you cold call 100 businesses and landed a client, rather than thinking that's the consequence, you want to think way more long term. You want to look at things as in, what's the opportunity here if I say you ring up 100 businesses and you land a client, right? That client refers you to 3 other clients. That 3rd client that gets referred to you then happens to be really close friends with this other person who's really high up in business, who he then refers you to. You then do a fantastic job for him, and he ends up getting you on his team. He's a really well-known celebrity, which means you're now working with him. And you've got the social proof that you're working with this really well-known person. You help him blow it up, and it could elevate your career to the next level. Now, basically, what Jeff Bezos does is he thinks like that. He doesn't think, right, so by doing this one thing today, what's going to happen tomorrow? He thinks, by doing this one thing today, what could potentially happen 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line? And that's what you guys want to think, right? You pick up the phone tomorrow and make a phone call, right? You want to think the potential consequence, the potential opportunity 5 years down the line, right? So think of it like this, right? Like I said, if you know, you might pick up the phone tomorrow and think that it just leads to getting a client. But then you want to think, what if that client leads to 3 other clients, 4 other clients, who's then ends up being your biggest client of all time that pays you 10k a month and massively changes your business? Or what happens if you upload a YouTube tomorrow and, you know, I know this is getting really deep now, but somebody watches it who's really successful and they get in contact with you because they love your story and want to get you on the channel, which then massively elevates your success and your personal brand, right? You never know. Again, like I said about a viral video, you may upload a video just to think, right, I'm going to upload this video today to give value to my viewers and to my potential customers and things like that. Whereas instead, what you could do is think, right, I'm going to upload this video today because there's a small chance that it goes absolutely crazy viral and transforms everything. If I uploaded a video tomorrow, guys, and it got 10 million views, how many subscribers do you think I would get from that? I would be becoming pretty much internet famous overnight if I got a video that hit like 10 million views, right? Tons of people would probably hate it. However, it only takes a select few out of 10 million people to like it, and you've got 100,000 subscribers, right? Stop looking at things for the short-term opportunity. You want to look so long-term, right? When you're picking up that phone to cold call, right, don't just think, I'm picking this up to do that. Look at the long-term opportunity for it. Now, I want to be honest with you guys, and I want to speak to you. It's almost like the butterfly effect. It's pretty much, it is the butterfly effect. I don't know if you've heard of the butterfly effect. Basically, it means how one little situation, right, one tiny situation has led to absolutely everything else in your business or in your life. So it can be down to something as simple as like you turn left at the end of the road instead of right, because you turn left, you bump into someone who then turns out to be your future wife and you invite her to coffee, or future husband. But if you turn right, you never would have met that person, right? It's almost like the butterfly effect. And the problem with this, and this is what a lot of people don't see, is like there's no guarantee with any of this. You're not going to sit here and like you cold call clients because potentially this, like, because this could happen. Well, no, you never know what's going to happen. But you like, the opportunity is there, and you're never going to realize unless you make that phone call. So my point is, guys, like, you want to start thinking really, really, really long term. And I want to tell you a little story about myself now, actually. And we've spoken a bit about confidence on this channel before, but it wasn't too long ago that I was really, really unconfident. I'd hate to even make a phone call to like, call up a takeaway to order a pizza in, right? I was such a nervous, like, unconfident person only a couple years ago. And for me, when I got my first client, he asked me to get on the phone with him, right? And he said to me, like, it was a potential client at the time, he wasn't a client of mine. I reached out to him and he said, right, let's have a phone call to see if you were a good fit. I was this close, guys, to not taking that phone call. If I never took that phone call, I would not have got my first client, which means I wouldn't have got my second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th client, which means I wouldn't be stood here or sat here right now in front of this in front of this camera on this YouTube channel teaching you, right? If I never did that, I've been to Australia with friends that are making hundreds of thousands of hundreds of thousands a year. I'm friends with now. I've got friends of friends who are making millions a year, and I'm in this network of people. If I never made that phone call and was too afraid to get on that phone with that potential client, I wouldn't be where I am today. And that's what you need to look at things like, right? You need to start thinking the potential of every single little last thing you do. The more people you speak to, right? It's basically another thing is like, your income is, basically proportionate to the amount of people that you're speaking to. Speak to people online, network with people, DM people, reach out to potential clients, because you never know the opportunity. Yeah, it's not set in stone. It's not set in stone. I want to tell you another thing now about one of my coaching students, and he's a friend now. It's a guy called Naveed. He's probably watching this, right? He had a coaching call with me, and he hopped on the whole social media marketing thing. Before he hopped on the social media, before he hopped on the coaching course, he had to sell a microphone, sell all sorts of other stuff to be able to afford it. Now, for him, that was the turning point. If he never did that, right, that was his one point to then speak to me. I then taught him the whole Upwork business model, right? Taught him the whole Upwork business model. He then executed upon that. Didn't hear anything for a week. 1 week later, he got a message from a client that he landed, multi-millionaire, he's got billionaire friends, he's an author, super successful, $1,000 a month off the bat. That then led to several other clients, and I think now, due to other business ventures as well, he's now on over 10,000 a month, right? But if he never, ever, ever invested in that coaching call, or if he never, ever, ever applied for jobs on Upwork and got that first client, none of this other stuff would have happened, right? But there's no way that you would have known that. There's no way, but you've just got to take every single opportunity you can. whether it's free work, and I'm not the biggest fan of free work, but sometimes when you're first getting started out, just do it, because you never know where it's going to take you. DM people, pay for coaching calls, spend time, like literally start DMing people now who are in the same industry as you. You may find out that you absolutely 100% hit it off with them and you become best mates with them for life, and you're both on this journey with success together. You motivate each other. 10 years down the line, he's the best man at your wedding, or the maid of honor at your, like, you do not know where you are. Not just business related, like I said, with friends like that. Now, I know this videos have been a bit all over the place, and there's no real actionable advice here. It's not like, right, go and do this and this is going to be the result, because it's all mindset. But the truth is, opportunity is king. There's so much opportunity about nowadays, like so much opportunity. In 2018, 19, 20, whenever you're watching this, right, so much opportunity with the internet. And you just need to go and grab it. Some of you guys, I know, you know, you might be too nervous to do this, too afraid to do that, but why? Because of what other people think? And if you're doing it, if you're worried about what other people think, stop it. It's your life, right? Stop caring what anyone else thinks, just do it. Take the opportunity that's in front of you, because I can assure you there's loads. If you're sitting here right now, you don't have a business, you don't have any of this stuff, well, guess what? But you want one? DM people, DM me. Like literally DM me, let's speak, let's chat. Let's get to know each other a bit more, right? DM other people in the exact same situation as you. Get to know people, speak to people. You may find out. I had some guy message me the other day, I think he's 15 years old, right? And God, I wish I was as driven as he was at 15. I'd be way more successful. But anyway, he DM'd me the other day. We were just chatting on Instagram DMs. Turns out he literally lives about 2 minutes away from where my girlfriend works. He lives round the corner. We never would have known that unless he DM'd me. We're going to meet up in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to go on a photo shoot for both our personal brands. That has come from opportunity. He reached out to me. We started talking. I asked him where he lived. He told me, and I was like, damn, that's literally around the corner from where I live, right? You never know the opportunity. I could never have predicted that. You never can predict some stuff, right? But stop doing everything for the short term. Look at the long term. Look at what these relationships can build. If you build a relationship with 100 people who are in business, and you do so many favors for them with no expectation of anything in return, guess what? In 5 years down the line, if something crazy happens to one of them, they blow up massive, and you've done them a favor, you reach back up, you never know, they get you on the channel, then you blow up. Like, or let's say you reach out to a client, you do a fantastic job, unfortunately they can't afford it anymore. 12 months down the line, a friend says to him, I'm looking for someone to do my social media marketing, you're the guy. That guy then may blow up his business, maybe a huge success story for you, which then leads to you getting all these other clients, all right? Think long term. Take the opportunities that are out there, guys, because you never know where it's going to lead, right? Yes, this is not one of those videos where it's like, go and do this to get this result. This isn't an actionable video. This is a mindset video, right? It's not meant to be actionable, but really start to think about this. Start DMing people. Okay, is sitting there for an hour of your day DMing people going to be worth it in the short term? Probably not. I know me and a lot of my friends, especially in this niche, charge hundreds of pounds an hour for coaching. So is it worth you, if an hour of your time is worth a couple £100 and you're sitting and DMing people for an hour, is it really worth that £200? In the short term, of course it's not. Of course it's 100% not worth it. But in the long term, because you've built up that relationship, that rapport, you may have a friend for life, a customer for life. You know, like, and 10 years down the line, someone may recommend someone to you who may buy, like, you do not know, right? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. I've been rambling on for long enough now, but I hope this makes sense to you. Like I said, about opportunity and stuff, look, if you wanna speak to me, reach out to me on DM. My Instagram handle's in the description down below. Shoot me a DM, I'd love to chat, love to have a catch up. But apart from that, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Everything around me.